Greetings. Elder Black Light, Brother Elder Black Light, 24, Outlaws 24/7. Uh, I'm not going to go too much into detail on all the things that's wrong with this picture right here. Just the expression on their face. Both of them got their eyes closed. They don't want to see the damage that they're doing to some of these young brothers and sisters out here. But this old soup warmed over. That's all it is. This the seventh day. It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius, yeah, but it's also the seventh day, the war of Armageddon. It's war, young Pharaoh. It's war. And we done tried to have conversations and patch up old wounds, but they keep on making new ones. They keep on reopening old wounds and making new ones as they go. And you know, some of them may try to be sincere, but it's like this. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad say, when living among snakes, you don't know which one is poison and which one is non-poison. So you stay away from all of them. We ain't got time to figure it out, which one is poison and which one is non-poison. We got too many snakes among ourselves. We got some black snakes that we got to try to figure out, let alone white snakes too. They say a sucker is born every minute, or a sucker is born every day. Why they say that? Because young people are like babes in the woods. Unless someone help them to what's happening, they don't have no idea that they being a target for the con artists. You know, it ain't no big thing. People make things sound spooky. See, monsters and extraterrestrials. You know, to get your mind away from reality, you got to bring things down to earth. You know, you got gangsters, you got the righteous, and you got the unrighteous. You know, the word mayat. Then you got, deriving from that word mayat is mathematics. Mathematics has signs that you could communicate signs with. You know, in other words, you got the equal sign, you got the plus sign, you got the subtraction sign. That's how you communicate the language of mathematics, using symbols and signs. And these symbols let's look at it. We could compare with them too. So young Pharaoh, he just greedy and, you know, but he still got that brown germ in him. We all got that brown germ. But he letting that brown germ take over. That's the difference between a disciplined brother that's well studied than a greedy brother that can't control his appetite. Just look at the melanin in young Pharaoh. And then look at the lack of melanin in this guy here. He got blonde hair. And I didn't get a chance to see his eyes, but I bet you he got blue eyes. If he do have blue eyes, I'm going to check it out. He's the most purest form of devil it is, because a lot of Caucasians got brown eyes. That means they got some black in them. You know. So, look at my color. I'm almost his color. But I don't let that brown germ take over. I don't let the devil in me take over. I keep him down. I discipline myself. My thoughts are disciplined. I'm like what Jesus say. Take everything in moderations, you know. Because Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam. Islam is my nature anyway. And I'm going to appeal to the righteous side of me. Justice. Righteous means justice. Mayat means justice. It's a measurement. You don't want to tip the scale one way. You want to balance the scale off. You see? You don't want to go overboard on either way. You want to have an even keel. You don't want your fire to burn too high and it burn itself out, or too low, you can't get no heat from it. You want your fire to be at an even scale, see. That's a trick you learn when you get older, when you study yourself and study your enemy. Like I said, my enemy, I've been around them longer than this young boy have. And I started off, you know, same way he did. Greedy. You know, I'm gonna conquer the world. You know, but I'm talking about the white man's world, not the world that we built. See, our world is still in the plantation, in the white man's world. So you got to understand that all his institutions, his churches, his schools, his law enforcement is built in his favor. They are in his favor. Don't forget he kept us back for 400 years. Okay, now that we have freedom of expression, freedom of actions, you know, what we lack in is unity amongst each other. We got to get on that same even balance where enough of us are in unity with each other to build a world for ourselves, and we won't depend on the opinions of Caucasian. He ain't gonna do nothing for you. And I want to ask Young Pharaoh this: who done the most for black people? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or this guy right here? Why are you even talking to this guy? He ain't gonna do nothing for you. But he gonna go up to Washington and tell get them niggas reparations? They deserve it. No. He wants you to help him overthrow the government physically, you know. Yeah, that's all that is. Because pretty soon it's gonna be a war between Caucasian and Caucasian. They still fighting the Civil War. This election is a sham in a way. You know, because see, you got peasant. The old term is white people used to be peasants, and they want to overthrow the royalty. and they want the black people to help them. But we are, to them, we're not even human. So they use young cats like Young Pharaoh, and Young Pharaoh caught himself using him to gain popularity, so he could get more followers. Just like Farrakhan was one time. Farrakhan was with what's that guy name? Alex Jones. Just before uh, Trump got elected for presidency, Alex Jones and Farrakhan had a meeting, and Alex Jones was for Trump. Alex Jones is in Texas. Texas don't want to be a part of the union. They want their own country. Well, the black man want his own country. He earns it. You can have your own country in one of these states, because see, really each state is a country or a nation. Each state is a city nation or a state nation. Each city is a nation. So you can have your own nation within the nation. Just like the Nation of Islam was a spiritual nation. Actually, it was a spiritual world, because he was on his way to build. We was on our way to build a young world until the death of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I know I'm not going to convince some of you faithful young followers of Pharaoh, some of you old ones, because y'all just in love with the way he looked. Y'all ain't paying no attention to the way he move and what he say. He ain't built up nothing. We need some black hospitals, because we know that they're experimenting on us. They're trying to, control us. We know that. With this corona virus, they're going to start quarantining whole cities. They can if they don't decide to do something else. Sugar is sugar, salt is salt. If you ain't digging on what I'm saying, it ain't my fault. From the land of Nod to the kingdom of God, rise and shine. It's prime time. Black light.